Hi, senior seminar students. This is Professor Davis, and I thought I'd send you a quick video. We are currently in week 4 of our class, and just as for a timeline, you just finished your annotated bibliography. I will be sending everybody a check off over the weekend. If I see any glaring issues, I'll let you know. But this is more of me just to check that you've done it. And the purpose of the annotated bibliography, if you recall, hopefully you guys have, reviewed this and understand, is to help you write your literature review, which is due next Sunday. So actually not this week, but the following week. Okay, so you have a week and a few days left to do the literature review. So you use your annotated bibliography to help formulate your literature review, where you will talk about the overall topics or subtopics in your main topic that you are going to study. If you all would look in course materials week 3, I have included documents, instructions, and a sample paper, as well as the template that you should be using to write your entire paper. So I encourage you all to go to week 3 course materials. I know we're in week 4, but I do include information that you're going to need to use for the next week. So I'm a week ahead in the course materials. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that there are resources. Now, the introduction and the literature review is one assignment. So as you look in course material week 3, you will see that I'm telling you to write an introduction and then complete your literature review. If you look at the template that I provided, you will see the structure, the format of it. There's a couple of documents in there also that explain to you, well, how do I write an introduction? How do I write my research question? Well, you've already done your research question. Your thesis, you've already done your thesis as well, okay? The one thing you haven't written is your operational definitions. I'm going to put an additional document under week 4 about operational definitions, but basically what that is that basically you are defining key terms that you will be using in your research so the reader will understand what that means. So for example, a good example would be, let's say you're studying children. Well, when a person hears children, they might think you're talking about ages 5 to 10. You might actually be talking about children ages 7 to 12, or 15 to 16, or 2 to 4. So you have to operationalize, define for your research, what does these words mean? In the example that I use in one of the documents is about gangs. So you would need to define, if it's in your research question, what is a gang? You might be trying to study violent crimes. Well, what type of violent crimes? Operationalizing basically means that you are detailed and you give a specific definition of what these words mean. A lot of you are doing something about social media and the impact on adolescence. Well, you would define adolescence. For you, it could be 15 to 19. Another student might define adolescence as ages 12 to 19 or 12 to 25. Social media, what does that mean? Define it specifically. What social media are you going to be looking at? Are you just going to be looking at Instagram? Or are you also going to be looking at other apps or TV or, something else? You also, when you do your operational definitions, need to reference a definition. So if you're going to define gangs, you could use the dictionary. You could use maybe how another researcher in one of your annotations that you did defines what gangs are, and you have to put a reference for it. So operational definitions are very important because it really helps you really understand your research better and helps the reader understand exactly what you're talking about when you are using these terms in your research. Finally, the last part is the literature review. Please do not just copy and paste your annotated bibliography. That is not a literature review. A literature review is an overview of all of the research that you have done, and you're going to use all of your sources to discuss your topic in detail. I have included some examples on how to access and decide what subtopics that you're going to use for your literature review and things of that nature. So I'm not going to get into it here, but I just wanted to give you guys some guidance because I've had a few students ask me, what do I do? Well, please take the time and study the materials that I've provided. I also have a video, a longer video about what I just talked about. I believe it's under week 2. Review that video too. If you still need help, please just ask, send me questions, and if you need to set up a time, let me know. I hope you guys are having a great week 4. Have a good evening.